record sufficient information to identify each note, and note card is directly connected to the bibliography card. Indicate whether we are paraphrasing or quoting verbatim. If we are quoting, we have to use quotation marks. Here we shall look at a sample bibliography card and at some note cards. The note cards are based on the bibliography card. Bibliography card: source, Government Arts Library, Coimbatore, account number, book. Title: The Plays of T.S. Eliot, edition, second edition, volume not given, author David E. Jones, publisher Routledge or Kagan Paul, place of publication London, year 1969. Now let us prepare note cards for book 2. All the details given in the bibliography card will help us to use the book for the works cited part of the thesis. Here our thesis is on the poetic dramas of Eliot. Note cards and illustration. As we start reading book number 2, we come across several details about the poetic drama of Eliot. We start preparing note cards. All the cards we prepare need not be useful when we draft the thesis, but at this stage we cannot foresee which cards will be useful and which will not be. The scholar has to proceed under the assumption that the card prepared will be useful of some stage of the writing process. As we read the book, we come across a point which we think will be useful to us. In page number 1, the author points out the difference between poetic drama and prose drama. We know that this point will be useful to us later on. So we take a card and write down the point as given below. Difference between prose drama and poetic drama. Page number 1, ephemeral and superficial, permanent and universal. Page 12, page 37, page 45, 78, 90, 105, 190. Poetry as convention. The card has a heading difference. It has a number 2.1 point. The number indicates that thesis is the first card in book number 2. The title and other details of book number 2 we know from the bibliography card. The heading of the card indicates the theme of the card. All the pages in the book where the theme is dealt with are included in the card. We know that the same theme appears in pages 12, 37, 45, 78, 90, 105, 190, etc. In page 1, there is a memorable quotation which we hope to include in our thesis, so we note it in the card itself. A warning to the scholar: include only one idea in a card. Now, as we go through the book, we come across another point in page 3 related to Elizabethan poetic drama. We take another card and give the heading Elizabethan poetic drama. The card number is 2.2. It means that this is the second card in book number 2. All the ideas connected with Elizabethan poetic drama we include in the card. In page number 56, 78, 90, 195, 45, etc., there are several points connected with Elizabethan poetic drama. We include all of them in the card. Remember that the cards are based on books and themes, not based on pages. If we cannot include all the page numbers and materials connected with one theme in a card, take another card. For instance, if there are many pages in the book where the point differences between prose drama and poetic drama in dealt with, we take another card and give the heading differences between prose drama and poetic drama. Continued. The number for the card is 2. When this is over, we continue the process by taking another card and numbering it 2.1b. Research is a systematic study, hence it is always better to follow a systematic method of study. That's why we can save much time and energy. Reading and preparing cards are laborious tasks, but there are no other ways to write a good thesis. We simply cannot retain in our memory all that we have read and reproduce them later on. Some scholars spend many hours searching for a very attractive quotation they have come across somewhere in their reading, but which they cannot locate at the time of drafting the basis thesis. We can avoid such situations by following a proper method from the very beginning. The entire unit was prepared by Dr. S. Shri Kumar, Reader, Postgraduate and Research Department of English Government Arts College, Coimbatore. So preparation is also equally important for the doing the research. How to prepare: explication, interpretation, analysis, evaluation, outlining, writing of drafts, language and style, readability and effectiveness. So there are 3 parts we are to understand. One is explication, interpretation, analysis, evaluation, outlining. In the second part, writing drafts. In the third part, language and style, readability and effectiveness. So in the first part we study the purpose of writing may be to express oneself, to inform or persuade the reader, or to create a literary work. There are different kinds of writing. First is expressive writing, second is informative writing, third is persuasive writing. In the part of expressive writing expresses our personal thoughts and feelings and falls into the category of literary writing. Second is informative writing. In this writing aims to provide information to the reader. This kind of writing is found in textbooks, technical and business reports, non-fiction books, newspapers and magazines. Persuasive writing is also called argument writing. Its aim is to convince the reader. Editorials in newspaper, reviews, sermons and business proposals are examples of persuasive writing. Next is explication, interpretation, analysis, evaluation, outlining. These are important stages in critical thinking. The first step in critical thinking is to become fully conscious of an idea. Then follows the stages: explication, interpretation, analysis, evaluation and outlining. Let us deal with them one by one. A warning to the scholar: the difference among are as they frequently overlap. For instance, if it is difficult to say where explication stops and interpretation begins, all the four stages are virtually distinguishable from a practical point of view, through though may be mutually exclusive theoretically. Explication. The term explication is defined as developing the meaning of an idea by the OED. The aim of explication is to make the language, the meaning of a literary text clear. The term comes from the Latin explicate, meaning to unfold. Explication is the first step in critical thinking. Critical thinking does not mean negative thinking, and it does not aim at finding fault as one criticizes another person for doing something wrong. The essence of critical thinking in thinking beyond the obvious. The person who thinks critically goes beyond the visual images, glossy advertisements, evasive statements, manipulation of lauded language, and faulty reasoning. Ways to think critically. First of all, become fully aware of an idea or an action. Second, reflect on it. Third, react to it. Explication, as stated earlier, is a prior condition to effective critical thinking. Explication is a dynamic process, an interaction between the brain and the printed matter.